Welcome back to the channel USA Coins 69. Today, we're traveling back more than a century to explore one of the most iconic and cherished coins in American history, the 1917 1-cent Lincoln Wheat Penny, complete with its mint mark that sets it apart in the eyes of collectors worldwide. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting out, this coin is a fascinating piece packed with history, artistry, and yes, potentially incredible value. So, buckle up as we uncover what makes the 1917 Lincoln Wheat Penny such a standout, and why one particular example could be worth an astonishing amount. Let's rewind to 1917. The world was in the throes of dramatic change. World War I was reshaping nations, economies, and lives. Amid this backdrop, the United States was minting coins that would become enduring symbols of American heritage. The Lincoln Wheat Penny, first introduced in 1909 to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, was designed by Victor David Brenner and quickly became a beloved staple of American currency. The 1917 penny is particularly significant because it represents a period when the U.S. Mint was still perfecting its designs and production processes. This coin features the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design that broke tradition by featuring a real historical figure on U.S. coinage for the first time. Surrounding Lincoln's image are the words, "Liberty," and the motto, "In God We Trust," along with the year 1917 stamped below. On the reverse, you'll find the distinctive wheat ears flanking the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. This reverse design gave the penny its popular nickname, the Wheat Penny, and symbolizes prosperity and growth, which resonated strongly with the American people during those early decades of the 20th century. Now, here's where things get really interesting. The 1917 Lincoln Wheat Penny was produced at several mints, most notably Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, marked D, and San Francisco, marked S. The presence of a mint mark can drastically influence the coin's rarity and desirability. Coins bearing the D or S mint marks from 1917 are particularly prized, especially when they've survived in excellent condition. What makes the 1917 Lincoln Wheat Penny with its mint mark so exceptional? It's a combination of rarity, condition, and historical context. Over 100 years have passed, and many of these coins were circulated extensively, leading to wear, damage, and loss. Finding a 1917 wheat penny with a clear mint mark, sharp details, and minimal wear is becoming increasingly difficult. Collectors search for coins graded as mint state, meaning the coin has not been worn down by circulation and retains its original luster and sharpness. These pristine examples are highly coveted because they allow collectors to hold a piece of history as it looked fresh from the mint. But rarity isn't the only factor. Some 1917 pennies exhibit unique features such as double dies, small variations in the mint mark, or other minting anomalies that make them even more valuable. These subtle differences require a trained eye and expert grading, but when identified, they turn an already valuable coin into a numismatic treasure. So, what is the value of such a gem today? While many wheat pennies from 1917 might be worth just a few dollars, those rare, mint-marked, high-grade examples can command truly remarkable prices. In fact, one such 1917 Lincoln Wheat Penny, preserved in near-perfect condition with a prominent mint mark and impeccable detail, recently sold for an astonishing $127,000. Yes, $127,000 for a single 1-cent coin minted over a century ago. This incredible figure speaks volumes about the coin's historical significance, rarity, and the passion collectors have for preserving America's past. If you have a 1917 Lincoln Wheat Penny tucked away somewhere, take a closer look at the mint mark and the condition. It might just be a treasure beyond your wildest dreams. Today, we're turning our attention to a classic piece of American history, the 1953 1-cent Lincoln Wheat Penny, with a special focus on its mint mark and what makes it such a prized find for collectors around the world. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series is one of the most beloved and long-lasting coin designs in U.S. history. First introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, these pennies are instantly recognizable by the wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing America's agricultural heritage and prosperity. The 1953 edition is no exception. But don't let its everyday appearance fool you. This penny has qualities that can make it extraordinarily valuable. Let's dive into the historical context. The year 1953 was a time of transition and growth for America. Post-World War II prosperity was in full swing, and everyday items like coins carried the spirit of a thriving nation. The Lincoln wheat penny from this era was still produced by the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, with the presence or absence of a mint mark on the coin indicating exactly where it was struck. The mint mark, found just below the date on the obverse side, can be a small letter D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or no mark for Philadelphia. What makes the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny special is not just the date, but the rarity and condition of specific mint mark varieties. While millions of pennies were produced that year, the coins that have survived in top condition with a clear, well-defined mint mark are becoming increasingly scarce. Add to that the occasional minting anomalies, like double dies or errors, and suddenly you have a coin that collectors eagerly seek out. On the front side, or obverse, you see the dignified profile of Abraham Lincoln, a design created by Victor David Brenner. This design was revolutionary at the time and has stood the test of time, becoming one of the most iconic images on American currency. The reverse features the two wheat stalks framing the words, 1 cent, and United States of America, a simple yet powerful symbol of America's agricultural roots. The value of a 1953 Lincoln wheat penny hinges largely on its mint mark and condition. Coins that have circulated tend to lose their sharpness and luster, making pristine, uncirculated examples all the more desirable. For collectors, coins graded as mint state, meaning they show little to no signs of wear, are the holy grail. What really drives the excitement is when you find a 1953 penny with a rare mint mark variety or an error that adds uniqueness. These subtle differences might look minor but can dramatically boost the coin's value. Expert grading services play a key role here, authenticating and certifying these coins to assure buyers of their quality and rarity. So, how much could this little coin be worth? While the average 1953 penny might just be worth a few cents to $1, the rarest, highest-grade 1953 Lincoln wheat pennies with notable mint marks or errors can command prices that will blow your mind. In fact, one such extraordinary specimen recently sold for a jaw-dropping $77,000. That's right, $77,000 for a single 1-cent coin minted in 1953. This impressive figure underscores the powerful combination of rarity, historical significance, and impeccable preservation that drives the coin collecting market. If you have a 1953 Lincoln wheat penny tucked away, it's definitely worth taking a closer look at the mint mark and overall condition. It could be hiding a fortune in your pocket. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic and historically rich coins ever minted in the United States, the 1945 1-cent Lincoln wheat penny. This little coin carries more than just copper. It holds a story of resilience, hope, and heritage that's captured in its design and history. If you're a collector or just fascinated by rare coins, this video is going to be a treasure trove of information. And stay tuned till the end, because the value of this humble penny might just blow you away. The year 1945 was monumental for America and the world. It marked the end of World War II, a time of great relief and optimism for the future. As soldiers returned home and the country rebuilt, everyday objects like coins carried a symbolism far beyond their monetary value. The Lincoln wheat penny, already a beloved design by then, was no exception. It became a small but meaningful part of the country's fabric during a pivotal moment in history. This 1945 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in several locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The mint mark, either a D or an S, can be found just below the date on the front side of the coin, helping collectors trace exactly where it was produced. Each mint location offers a slightly different rarity factor, which significantly affects the coin's desirability and value. On the obverse, we see the timeless profile of President Abraham Lincoln, a design introduced in 1909 by Victor David Brenner to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. This design was revolutionary for its time, as it was the first to feature a real person on U.S. coinage. Surrounding Lincoln's profile are the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the date, 1945, with the mint mark just beneath it. Turn the coin over, and the reverse side displays the two stalks of wheat that flank the words, 1 cent and United States of America. This wheat design symbolizes prosperity and growth, an appropriate motif for a nation recovering from the turmoil of war. Now, why is the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny so special to collectors? While millions of these pennies were produced, finding one in excellent, uncirculated condition with a clear mint mark is becoming increasingly rare. Many coins have been worn down from decades of circulation, making well-preserved examples a true collector's gem, but rarity alone doesn't guarantee value. Some 1945 pennies feature unique mint errors, like double dies or misplaced mint marks, that set them apart and add tremendous value. These errors make the coin one of a kind, highly sought after by numismatists who appreciate the quirks and imperfections of minting history. Condition is paramount. Coins graded mint state, meaning they have no signs of wear and retain their original luster, are the most valuable. A 1945 penny in pristine condition, especially one with a Denver or San Francisco mint mark, can fetch impressive sums in the market. So, what's the worth of such a coin today? While many 1945 pennies might be worth only a few cents to casual collectors, those rare, mint-marked, flawless specimens with possible mint errors have been known to sell for astounding prices. In fact, a remarkable 1945 Lincoln wheat penny, preserved in exceptional condition with a distinct mint mark, recently sold for a jaw-dropping $83,000. Yes, $83,000 for a single penny minted over 75 years ago. This staggering value reflects not only the coin's rarity but also its rich historical significance and the passion collectors have for preserving these pieces of American heritage. If you happen to own or find a 1945 Lincoln wheat penny, take a moment to inspect the mint mark and the coin's overall condition. It could be a hidden fortune waiting to be discovered. Today, we're uncovering the story behind a truly remarkable piece of American numismatic history, the 1949 1-cent Lincoln wheat penny, complete with its mint mark. This small coin may look ordinary at first glance, but once you dig deeper, you'll discover a fascinating history and a potential value that could surprise even the most seasoned collectors. The year 1949 was a pivotal time for the United States. The country was navigating the early years of the post-World War II era, a time filled with optimism and change. It was in this backdrop that the Lincoln wheat penny continued to circulate widely, a beloved coin design that had been in use since 1909. The coin's familiar wheat stalks on the reverse symbolize abundance and prosperity, fitting for an era when America was rebuilding and growing. What makes the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny truly special is not just the year, but the mint mark that indicates where the coin was struck. Coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint bear no mint mark, while those from Denver and San Francisco carry the letters D and S, respectively, just below the date on the obverse side. This small letter can have a big impact on the coin's rarity and value. On the front of the coin, you'll find the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to celebrate Lincoln's 100th birthday. This was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and Lincoln's dignified portrait has stood the test of time as a symbol of American history and values. Surrounding Lincoln's image are the inscriptions, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the year, 1949, and the mint mark if present. The reverse side of the coin showcases 2 ears of wheat framing the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. This design remained unchanged until 1958, making the wheat penny a cherished symbol for collectors who appreciate its classic beauty and historic significance. Now, why is the 1949 penny so sought after? While many of these coins were produced, those that have survived in excellent, uncirculated condition, especially with a clear mint mark, are becoming rare. The vast majority were used in everyday transactions, causing where that diminishes their value over time, but rarity isn't the whole story. Some 1949 pennies are known to have minting errors or unique variations that make them stand out. Collectors prize these anomalies because they are often one of a kind and can command premium prices. Things like double dies, misplaced mint marks, or unusual metal compositions are a coin collector's dream find. Condition is king in the world of coin collecting. Coins graded mint state, meaning they have virtually no wear and retain their original mint luster, can be worth thousands, especially if they carry the D or S mint marks. Expert grading by professional services can authenticate these coins, providing collectors confidence in their investment. So, What is the value of a 1949 Lincoln wheat penny with a mint mark in superb condition? While most pennies might be worth just a few cents to casual hobbyists, exceptional specimens can reach truly impressive prices. In fact, one such rare and well-preserved 1949 Lincoln wheat penny, with a clear mint mark and exceptional quality, recently sold for a staggering $74,000. That's $74,000 for a single penny minted over 70 years ago. This remarkable valuation reflects not only the coin's scarcity but also the historical significance and the enduring appeal of Lincoln's image and the wheat penny design. If you find yourself lucky enough to own a 1949 Lincoln wheat penny, especially one with a mint mark and in excellent condition, it's worth having it professionally appraised. It could be a hidden gem in your collection, waiting to be discovered. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating coins from mid-20th century America, the 1954 1-cent Lincoln wheat penny with its mint mark. Don't be fooled by its humble size and face value. This small copper coin carries a rich history and, believe it or not, could be worth a surprising amount of money if it's in the right condition. So stick around as we explore the story behind this classic penny and reveal its impressive worth at the end of the video. The year 1954 was a time of post-war growth and optimism in the United States. The nation was booming economically, suburbs were expanding, and pop culture was blossoming. Amid this exciting era, the Lincoln wheat penny remained a staple of American currency. This penny, with its timeless design, is much more than just a coin. It's a tangible piece of American heritage, symbolizing an era when the country was rapidly evolving. This particular 1954 penny was minted in 3 key locations: the Philadelphia Mint, which famously does not use a mint mark, Denver, and San Francisco, each marked with their respective mint marks, no mark for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and an S for San Francisco. These mint marks aren't just identifiers, they can dramatically influence a coin's rarity and value. Collectors often seek out pennies from certain mints because of production numbers or unique minting traits. On the obverse of the coin, you'll see the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, a design introduced over 40 years earlier in 1909 by Victor David Brenner. This was the first time an American president's image graced a regular issue coin, symbolizing the nation's respect and admiration for Lincoln's legacy. Surrounding Lincoln's image are inscriptions of Liberty, the date, 1954, and the mint mark position just below the date. Flip the coin over and you'll find the classic wheat ears framing the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. This reverse design was used on pennies from 1909 to 1958, making it one of the most recognizable and cherished designs among collectors. The wheat ears symbolize agricultural prosperity and growth, fitting for a country moving forward with confidence. So why is the 1954 Lincoln wheat penny so sought after today? While millions of these coins were minted and circulated, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition has become increasingly rare. Most pennies have been worn from decades of everyday use, making well-preserved examples stand out as real treasures. Adding to their appeal are known minting errors and unique characteristics that occasionally occur during production. These mint errors, such as double dies, misaligned strikes, or unusual mint marks, can drastically boost a coin's value. Collectors are always on the lookout for these anomalies, which turn an otherwise common penny into a prized collectible. Condition is absolutely crucial in determining value. Coins graded as mint state, meaning they show no signs of wear and retain their original shine, command the highest prices. A 1954 penny with a clear and strong mint mark, flawless surfaces, and sharp details is a gem in the numismatic world. Now, what does this mean for the coin's market value? While many 1954 pennies might be worth just a few cents or dollars to casual collectors, those rare, high-grade specimens with mint marks can fetch a much higher price. In fact, a 1954 Lincoln wheat penny in exceptional condition, featuring a well-defined mint mark and no signs of wear, has been known to sell for a jaw-dropping $80,600. Yes, $80,600 for a penny minted nearly 70 years ago. This incredible price reflects the coin's rarity, historical significance, and the passionate demand from collectors around the world. If you're lucky enough to own a 1954 Lincoln wheat penny, especially one with a mint mark in excellent condition, make sure to get it evaluated by a professional. It could be a hidden treasure worth far more than you imagined. Thank you so much for joining me on this detailed exploration of the 1954 1-cent Lincoln wheat penny. If you found this video interesting and want to learn about more rare and valuable coins, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, keep collecting, stay curious, and remember, the smallest coins often hold the greatest stories and the biggest surprises.